You're welcome back to the program. It's still Good Morning Anambra here on ABS TV. And the next topic we'll be looking at this morning is women in leadership. And for us to explore that topic, we have with us as guest in the studio this morning, Lady Theresa Naloye, the State President, NCWS, that is National Council for Women Societies. You're welcome to the program.
Thank you.
All right, we also have with us Lady Obi Obodozie, the immediate past State President, National Council for Women Societies. Welcome.
Thank you.
All right, like we all know that women are powerful agents of change and the far-reaching benefits of diversity and gender parity in leadership and decision-making, all lies in the hands of women. And hence the topic today, women in leadership. All right, before we go further, let's start with talking about the the NCWS, the National Council for Women Societies in Nigeria. We want to know what this group stands for. Of course, we know it's for women, but we want to know your mandate in our society. Let's start from you.
Okay. Thank you, Madam. National Council for Women Societies is an umbrella organization of all the women NGOs in Nigeria. We are in 36 states of the Federation, including Abuja. We have our chapters in 774 local governments in Nigeria. Our aim mainly is to see to the welfare of women, the economic progress, and everything concerning women, even their empowerment, both in political and leadership. That is what we see for both women and youth, even children.
Even children?
Yeah.
I thought it was just for women only. Now, Lady Obi, talking about women being represented in every sector of the economy, in leadership positions and all that, why do we still keep hammering of this in this century? I think we would have passed this level whereby we have gender equality, the 35% affirmative action and all that. Well, we are still talking about women underrepresented in leadership positions.
Yes, women, we say, are underrepresented. First of all, we look at our culture. It cuts across our nation, internationally and locally. Because looking at the culture, even in the Jews, they still regard women and children, they group us alike. And they still believe that a woman should be seen and not heard. So the women are now trying to make their voices to be heard. Right. We are still clamoring for gender equality because the men still insist that they are superior to women. But we are not dragging it with them. We are trying to let them know that we are equally can perform as they do. Looking around on the positions that women are still holding and their performances, you can as well conclude that the women do it even better. Yeah.
Well, looking at the 2023 general election that is almost here with us now, you know, we always talk about women being active when in the area of politics. But then all we see is some political parties, women just ending up being women leaders, and that's all. Whenever a woman comes out for an elected post, you see some men, doing their thing. And then at the end of the day, women, they just sit back and see the action go on. Another set of people say that women are not supportive of each other, and that's why we are where we are today. Do you also believe in that?
Yes, thank you. Why we are clamoring about women in leadership is that we don't want women to continue staying behind. We make ourselves, in short, the culture made us that we have to be behind the men. But we want to tell them that what a man can do, a woman can do it better. Even in politics, people believe that women don't support each other. But that is a campaign of men. They will carry their campaign into the women folk and tell us that this woman is this woman is that. And when you come out, they can name you anything, give you any name, just to blackmail you and pull you down. And the women will be rushing because they try to entice them with some gifts and money. In that of taking leadership, we are clamoring that women should not be only women leaders. Any other position, a woman can handle it very, very well. If you give a woman financial secretary of a party, treasurer of a party, can handle it very well because women are honest in whatever they do. But men don't see it that way. They'll be struggling for every position, giving the woman just a woman leader, and all of them will be dying for that post. That's why we are clamoring that women should sit up. Don't just go for woman leader. It is a post, but you shouldn't be looking up to that alone. We can struggle for another post, but because we don't come out and we don't know that we can even go for another post, that's why we're clamoring for leadership, women in leadership.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Lady Obi, what are the things you think that are challenges or holding women back from coming out to maximize their potentials?
I would say the first challenge is economic empowerment. Not so many women are economically strong. The men still dominate that area. Then secondly, the culture, like I said, and another one is that we still see politics as men's field because the night meetings the women cannot attend. Most of them that have the strength and then the capacity to attend because they will put it in a way to make it difficult for the women to come out. So they put their meetings late in the night, and our society, once you are a woman and you are in politics, you drive out midnight, you come back, your neighbors will start. They will talk what they will talk, and then they do the talking and you'll be demoralized, knowing fully well you are going out for the women. I feel that's one of the most difficult areas we still have to work on.
Okay, now as the past president and also the present president of Women's Societies of Nigeria, what are you doing in that aspect to help women, when things like this happen, when their spirits are dampened and you see them going back? They don't want to come out because of what things are saying. And you see a lot of women that has potentials in them. And you see them sitting by because of what the society will say. Now, what are you doing as an organization to bring or to help these women to come out?
Well, as an organization, what we actually did was we opened a platform for those that have the potentials. Some of them do have the potential but are withdrawn. So we now give them seminars. We now call out women that are mentoring, the women that they can look up to have to share their experiences with them. And there we now educate them that for a woman to come out, you need to be a shock absorber to absorb so many things. People will, so you need to be a shock absorber because they will give you name callings. Everybody will say a lot of things. Even those, your inner house members can go out there to slay you on the altar of politics, to say how bad you are. So the first of all is to train them. You must be a shock absorber. You must be there to absorb anything that is not of you, not to dampen you. Because this is a very big fight the women are coming out to do. It's not going to be easy, but we'll get there.
All right, let's talk about the upcoming event, the Anambra State Grand Installation of Her Excellencies, Dr. and Mrs. Nonye Soludo. Now, the installation is happening on the 3rd of November. Let's talk about it. Do you have any criteria for choosing people that you install as a grand patron or member of this organization?
We have, like our constitution, in our constitution, we have it that the wife of the president is our grand patron. And the wives of governors are our patrons in the state. While the wives of local government chairmen are the patrons in the local government. So it's just like that in our own. So here, we are new. We did election this year. Then the governor and the wife came in this year. Now, we have not installed her as our patron, and that's what we are organizing. We want to install her as a patron of Anambra State. We did that to the Obiano wife and the rest.
A wife of the
Yes.
governor.
So anybody that becomes the
And
wife of
other
a
wives
governor
too.
becomes our patron. Now we want to install her officially. That is what we are preparing. And that installation will be done by our national president.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the person of Hajia Lami
Alami,
Adamu. Okay.
Adamu.
So where and when is the event happening?
The event will be coming up on the, let's say, second, third. Why second, third? We are still trying to.
Okay. But what we have on the invite is 3rd of November.
Yeah, but something came up.
Okay.
So probably we are now shifting it on the second.
Second, okay. So are there people that we are expecting to be part of this event, apart from the governor's wife that you are going to install as a patron? Are there other people? And then other women are expected to join in the installation?
Yes. Looking at the invite, you will now see that the former Minister for Women Affairs will be chairing the event. And then we have other women groups and other women invitees. Women of repute, they will all be there. The new NCWS administration in the state was inaugurated in February. So they are now doing their leadership training also. So the installation will be a way of enhancing the NCWS in the state and then working in line with some of the programs of Her Excellency as it concerns women. So NCWS will now help her to carry it to the grassroots and make sure that all the women participate fully.
So this is what happens in all the 36 states where you have the governor's wife as a patron.
FCT,
so you work closely with the governor's wife to see that all her plans for the women
are
in the
purely
state
executed.
are purely executed.
Yeah.
All right, thank you so much for that. Now the topic for this event is Women in Leadership, Bridge Builders. I want to know why you chose this topic and what you want to achieve at the end of this event. You know, looking at the theme for the program, for the event.
Why we choose that topic is that we want women to be bridge builders wherever they are. You know, women are light and they can change any situation to suit the family, the women, the men, the children, the youth, and everything. So why we choose that is that we want to let the women know that we are bridge builders wherever we are, in our family, in our community, in the whole world, not only in the States. So what we want to let them know, to open them up, open their eyes towards the areas where they can build a bridge, be a bridge builder, so that whatever they are doing, we are doing you know that women, as we are, wherever we are, even in the family, that will help a lot and make things change. And that is the change you want everybody to bring wherever you are. Even in your office, in your home, in your community, make sure you bridge that gap that may be causing confusion here or the other. In the family, if you bring a woman into the economic management of the family, the woman will see that everybody in the family will get a good education and good health care, even in the family where we are. So we will carry that, and you see that when you train a woman, you have trained a nation. So that is what we want them to know. On that second or third, when we finish the arrangements, they will see exactly what we mean. The paper will be delivered.
Okay.
Yeah.
And who is the keynote speaker? Who is going to deliver the paper? Because I didn't see here. But anyway, when I...
Chalma Udensi.
Okay, she will be the
Coordinator.
person that delivered the paper. Now, away from the event, away from the installation, now, because you made a point talking about women being bridge builders. Now, looking at the situation of things in our country, when we talk about insecurity, it's not just what we will leave alone for the government to tackle. In our different areas, in our different sections, we all have a role to play when it comes to how we can curb the menace of insecurity, knowing fully well that the people that are actually causing this mayhem are our sons, sometimes our daughters too. Now, what roles can parents play in seeing that we help to curb this? Especially women, rather, mothers. Let's take it that way, mothers, precisely.
I know that insecurity is a cankerworm eating everybody right now. And you can see with me that some parents are living in denial. Most parents don't believe that their sons and daughters can do what they are doing. So in the creation of this platform and in discussions, because we do it formal and informal, in a settings where we are, we try to educate the women. Because the child, all these, will I call it bandits, they are all from homes. They are somebody's husband, they are somebody's children. And most of the times, like I said, we live in denial. We refuse to come out to tell the society, look at what we are passing through. And again, once we have such a problem, we go to the police. You know how Nigerian police are. Sometimes they will frame you up. So most of the times, the women, they don't even like reporting what they're passing through. And then how about your neighbors? Discussing with your neighbor or your friend or your relation about your problem, especially in the part of this cultists, banditry, kidnapping. People don't come out to talk about that. Yes. But the only thing we do is that you tell them at least you do what we call you can write and deposit and claim anonymity so that nobody knows who did that. Then the people can now track and help to calm the society by dealing with the bad eggs.
Okay. All right. You want to add something?
Yes, yeah. I want to add something. We mothers, we continue telling mothers, start to train your child as young as ever. Because that culture you inculcate in your child, he or she will continue to grow with it. Some people will say, my father told me this, my mother told me this. You may not be following it, but at a point in time, you will realize that, oh, my mother told me this. My father told me this. So let us not relent and wait for teachers. What women do now is that you get a child, not up to 1 year, you send the person to school, and you want the teachers to train the child for you. Let us make time for our children and know exactly where they are going. Let us tell them about our culture, what the culture wants and what they don't want, so that they will grow up to be a good citizen of Anambra State.
Okay, now I'll go a little bit personal. If you are looking at the screen, you will see the pictures of people like late Dora Akunyili. You see the picture of Chimamanda Adichie, LBS Ekwesili, and so many of them. And now we have you, leaders in women's societies. Now, what actually has kept you this far, rising from one position to another as a woman? Because I know a whole lot of people listening to us this morning will want to know what is that thing that has made you to be where you are today as a leader in for women.
Well, for me, I look at those people that have been there, okay. So and they keep sustaining it. Yes. No, I have so many of them. Okay. In my own case, I look at more of Dora Akunyili because it's very resilient. So I look at Dora Akunyili, and then in my own immediate village, she's not educated late now. We call her Achalu Gowany. But once it comes to reasoning and organizing women, she's there. And once she talks, the women follows her. So I love staying with her when she was alive. She kept educating us as young mothers coming up so that we take over from her when she's not there. And that's what we are doing. So we keep mentoring others, following us, so that we keep the candle burning.
So what's the support from the family like for you? Your husband, your children, your immediate relations?
In my own family, they are so supportive. Because initially it's not going to be easy going out, coming in, going out, coming in. But it's not advisable for women with younger children. You can take this leadership position, our advice, when the kids are of at least 7 years, when they can feed themselves, or when you come back, they can now tell you, so this thing happened to me, this person touched me, and by then, you've bonded with them so that your children will be telling you exactly what happened when you are not there. So once they are still young, you will not concentrate more on the outside work. But once your children are grown, they can even be helping you doing most of the things, doing the calls, doing the write-ups, because they are there, you've groomed them. And then you pass it on to them too.
All right, well said. Quickly, Ma, let's know where the event is happening and the time it's going to start. Of course, we are still looking at a date, but now if the date is fixed, where is it happening, the time of the event?
Okay.
And also, you can partly tell us your own story.
Okay.
Yes.
The event will happen at Hilton Hotel and Leisure.
Okay.
Just at Regina Chele Road. We are supposed to start by 8 a.m. so that we can finish the loss we have. What I really do that motivates me to leadership is that I always read the platform, go into the platform of the great leaders, women great leaders, where they tell their stories. Is not easy. And when you read it, you see that your own is not as hard as their own because they started it. You are moving in their shoe. They started it. They will tell their stories, the family, how they handle the family, and you cannot abandon your family because you are leading the women. If you do that, your husband will not support you, the family will not support you. So from the stories we read about them, the Okonji-Iweala people, the Dora Akonye people, they tell their stories and experiences in life. They always emphasize honesty in what you do. You tell the women the truth in what you do. Because whenever they find out that what you are doing is not exactly what you are saying, they will start they won't trust you again. And when they don't trust you, what are you leading? They will not follow you. So we have to be honest and truthful in whatever we are doing.
Transparent.
Yeah.
Transparency.
Transparent leadership.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well, on that note, we want to say a very big thank you to both of you for joining us on the show this morning and coming here to tell us all we need to know about the Women's Society in Nigeria. Thank you, Lady Obi Obodozie, the immediate past President, National Council for Women's Societies. Thank you so much for being part of the show.
Thank you, viewers, and we're expecting to see you all.
Where you fix the date, right?
No, the date is now second, yeah.
Okay, 2nd of November at Hilton Leisure Hotels, yeah. Regina Chele. So be there on time. The time is 8 a.m. Yes, exactly. I want to say a very big thank you to you, Lady Theresa Nalwe, the State President, NCWS, National Council for Women's Societies. Thank you so much for being here this morning.
Thank you, my dear. I want to let the women change their mindset that their education will end in kitchen. Let us come out and raise our heads.
All right, that's it on the show this morning, Women in Leadership, and be part of the event that is going to come on the 3rd of November at Hilton Leisure Hotel, Regina Chele, Oka. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Chidima Oranwa. See you tomorrow. Bye.